A very good evening and a warm welcome to today's bootcamp on minting your own NFT images for Marketplace. I am 𝗥𝗲𝗏𝘂𝗃 and I'm the Director for Community and Partnerships with OpenWeaver. OpenWeaver is a SaaS technology company supporting over 1 million developers worldwide build their ideas faster by reusing open source software. Our vision is to reinvent digital realization. Simply put, we'd like to improve the way applications are built. By investing in a unique combination of public domain knowledge and artificial intelligence, OpenWeaver is delivering smarter ways to build the digital world of tomorrow. Today's bootcamp is an integral part of our OpenWeaver community initiatives. The OpenWeaver community is a body of like-minded technology enthusiasts and open source contributors who have come together with the vision of contributing to the world of open source and sharing how complex use cases can be developed by reusing open source. Over the last few weeks, we've run several open source development bootcamps on a variety of topics, such as building your own AR-powered e-commerce site, the basics of Python, fake news detection, building a virtual agent or an object detection engine, and many more to come. So today's bootcamp will cover the basics of distributed applications and non-fungible tokens, while focusing on a specific use case that will help you create your own NFT images for Marketplace. Through today's bootcamp, you will realize how technology does not have to be complex and definitely does not have to be developed in silos. You will see how you can take a solution that is pre-built, in fact, pre-built by many people in the world, and you can then build on top of it and share it back such that others can now have access to your solution and they can further build on top of your solution, thereby accelerating this virtuous cycle of innovation and also helping you bring your ideas and solutions to life much faster. So with that, a brief introduction of today's agenda, I will now welcome our mentor for today's session, Pooja Agarwal, who is a senior developer advocate with OpenWeaver. Hi, Pooja. Thank you so
Hi,
much
Smita.
for this session. I know this is the first of our blockchain series of sorts, and this is the first time we're doing this topic, so I'm very excited, and I know a lot of our viewers have asked for a session on NFTs, so looking forward. Over to you,
Uh,
Pooja.
Thank you. Absolutely. I guess this is going to be a very interesting session for all the blockchain enthusiasts and people who are also looking forward to deploy their own marketplaces on the web. At least they'll have a good demo of it for sure.
Absolutely.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to this session today where we will learn how you can mint your own images such that you can buy and sell your images once you create them as a NFT. So this is a very popular sort of topic that all of us hear a lot, that NFTs as the new technology, and they're going to be the future. I mean, they're the current most talked about technology. But how, as technology enthusiast, you can contribute by learning not just about creating your own images, or I mean NFT based minting your images in a certain way where you call them that my image is an NFT image, but also understand that how these distributed applications that you build around blockchain work, right? So we will also talk about the technology behind it, the different frameworks that have been used to build a use case today where you can create your own image. In fact, on the marketplace itself, you will be able to mint the image. So, what is minting NFT image? What NFTs are? We'll talk about it in a lot detail, and something that will help you at least get a hang of it. Whether you would want to invest in NFTs, whether you would want to create something like that, buy, sell, etc. So we are not propagating, we are not supporting any such thing. First of all, I would like to say that we are only trying to help you learn how the technology behind it works. So just a disclaimer from our end about that. So let's first set up our kit before we get into these very interesting concepts on non-fungible tokens and how you can create some of your own. Let's first set up our kit so that this kit can be onto your systems and we can together work around the solution. So for this, you have to get into the description of today's session, get into that, and in the description you will find the first link where you would see that community.openweaver.com. This is our community page where you can sign up, and on this community you will also find various other resources that you can use after the bootcamp. You can discuss things with us here. So this is the page for our solution today. All the details about the kit are listed here. In fact, the one click candy kit solution kit is available. You can see and click here. As you click, and you would see that you would be able to get onto the marketplace for images, basically the kit page, the candy kit page that will help you download the one click installer for today. So you can install from here, but before we go ahead and install, I would just want to tell you, since it's a little detailed and very interesting sort of one of the kits that you would use. Simply stating that we have also discussed the different technological innovations that have happened because of the NFTs coming into being after blockchain as a technology already being present, and how blockchain and why blockchain is important for NFTs. Then the different technological stack, we will discuss briefly about that as well. We've also listed down these troubleshooting instructions. So this could be very, very important when you are setting up the kit. The reason being, depending on the node version that is present onto your system. So two things are important for this kit. One is your Node.js and another thing is your NPM version. So we have listed down these troubleshooting instructions which you have to follow in case you feel that a certain person's kit is not running. Please try to follow these instructions that are listed here before before getting entangled and confused that why a certain kit is not working for you. Since this takes some prereqs that we will set up during the session, I'll help you set them up myself, so don't worry about it. At least what we can do and keep is, you can simply download this one click installer from here, set it up whichever place you think is suitable, give it a name. You can say NFT Marketplace, NFT image, whatever you feel is interesting. So it's basically a minting option. I mean, it's a marketplace where you can have your crypto boy images. So we'll talk about that as well. Simply say show in the folder wherever you have downloaded this zip file. Unzip it by extracting it onto that same place. And when you unzip it, you would see you will get a batch file. So the interesting part is everything, this batch file is going to automatically download for you, but there are certain dependencies that we'll have to set up, right? So all those dependencies will work around together, right? So just double click it after you have scanned it with an antivirus and you're satisfied that you would like to go ahead, say more info, say run anyway, and then let this kit installation happen briefly. So I would say that don't go by complete installation. This installation will take some time. We will want to set up some prereqs as well. So I will discuss the prereqs post this installation of the different bytes for the kit currently. So let's now get back to our discussion concepts. I would just suggest let the kit set up and keep it there. We'll go back and install everything from the scratch, right? So NFTs, if it's a very popular name that we see a lot. We see people talking about investing in NFTs, investing in non-fungible tokens. What are these tokens? What is this term fungible basically mean? How you can contribute to it? How it can be helpful for you? So basically, you must have heard of cryptocurrencies. You may have heard of blockchain, but I would want to first take your attention to the part wherein especially I would want to talk about demonetization that happened in India. If you remember that we use currency to exchange goods, right? If we want to buy something, we use the currency. Either we use it digitally, either we use it through different mediums, and we try and get some resources out of it, right? So this buy and selling thing based on currency, hard cash, is one thing, but you would have recognized, especially during the times of demonetization, that there was a central authority, government, which quickly thought of, and overnight there was this uh, currency that was not valid. It became void, and no longer a particular currency note would work. So why I'm talking about it, basically that led to a scenario where a couple of people who care about a lot of privacy and who care about that as an individual, the point is that the government has a central control over what is happening, right? And in a night, over a night, things can change based on a centralized control, and then your particular currency notes may not be valid anymore. So when we talk about blockchain, when we talk about cryptocurrencies, or even when we are talking about these non-fungible items or tokens that are used to uh, basically validate an art, when I'm talking about NFTs, you can use these to provide credibility to artists so that they can essentially sell, purchase anything over a blockchain network. So how is blockchain network different? So when I say that the government had demonetized a certain currency note, we I mean the current the country was going through it. Basically we were not able to uh, you know say that that was something that the entire country wanted. That was a decision of the government, and then it had to be followed. So it was a bit of a centralized control that was exercised. However, when we talk about anything that works on the blockchain, similar to your NFTs, they are more of a decentralized application. Anything which is decentralized basically caters to it is similar to the regular applications, but it in this they have to provide the users with all the same functionalities. The only difference is that the entire application on peer-to-peer systems, wherein not a single entity will control the entire system, but you will have a lot of peers, different sorts of systems which are contributing to the entire ecosystem on a whole. So this basically resulted in the ease that not just a group or a single group of organization or authority can control how things happen for you, especially in the terms of currency or monetary things. So when we talk about NFTs, we want to talk about a technology. We want to talk about two terms. One thing is the non-fungible, and then the other word is tokens. So when you say that I have a non-fungible token, basically you're saying, when we talk about currency notes, you can simply exchange a 100 rupee note for against another 100 rupee note with your friend, right? Or with 250 rupee notes, or say with 10 rupee notes. However, when we talk about NFTs, you cannot exchange one NFT with another NFT, right? It is a very unique token of sorts, which is once authorized under a particular owner. The ownership will always be, the first owner will always be recognized under that token, and then the ownership can be passed on from different owners. So just try and understand the two terms. One thing is fungibility, which you can also replace by the word replaceable. I mean, either you call that anything which is non fungible is non replaceable. So if a certain item, let's say, let's take an example, a very simple example of any item that you would like to showcase. Say it is a painting, right? Now, so paintings are unique. So let's take an example of something on Amazon. Say you have bought a certain product, and the same product is bought by many other users, right? After 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, all those users will have the same book. Say I have bought a book on blockchain, and that same book has been bought by different users. So is there any difference between the different books? They will remain same. The same book, if I'm buying the same book about blockchain from Amazon, for different users it will remain same. So such thing is fungible, or I would say that I can basically exchange that book with my friend also, and if I again buy that book from Amazon, it will remain same, or I can go for a replacement of that book from Amazon. But what I'm trying to state here through the non fungibility concept is, once I have something in the NFT form, or that same book, if I want, I can also create an NFT of that image. How do I say that that book is an NFT? I basically start, highlighting a couple of things on the book. I write my own notes, and I have different things, set up. Say, I've written my notes, I've highlighted the important points, and then that particular book will not be similar to the different books. I mean, similar books that are available on Amazon. It will have that uniqueness of the things that I have already performed on my book. So, NFT is as simple as making something unique, making an asset unique, and then when I put it on the internet, when I put it on the blockchain, when I put it on the marketplace, so then I am looking for people who may be interested in buying that particular asset from me. So I'm giving you a very, very basic example. So not just book. When you talk about artists, when you talk about games, when you talk about people who create video games, all these people are basically doing what? These people are creating something which they think they can, sell over the internet, and they can get some good uh, amount from it. So important thing to note as an individual is that how you can benefit from these. You can basically, one thing is, when you buy an NFT, you are simply essentially purchasing a blockchain authenticated certificate of ownership. Once I have created an NFT, try and understand, I've put up a authenticated certificate that this is my asset, or this is something that will get onto a public ledger. When I say public ledger, blockchain is based on decentralized technology, and that decentralized technology basically allows that different people validate something. So there is a group of people. Basically, we are making an entry into a register which is accessible by anyone in the public who's present on that peer-to-peer network, right? So that is what we are trying to do here. We are basically saying that once we authenticate something by creating a or minting it as an NFT, I'm saying that the ownership belongs to me, and then I can basically get it onto a marketplace, sold it onto a marketplace, in fact buy something that I like, and then I know has that originality attached to it. So something you would see nowadays is, why would I buy a certain image from the internet? There's a lot of fuss around that. Why would I be interested in buying something from the internet when I can download it simply, when I can take a screenshot etc of it? What would make me buy something, go and go onto this NFT platforms? And because one thing is, once that has been certified, once that has been authenticated, the principle of authenticity lies once you have that this is from this authentic person, and it will remain all throughout the life. Once it is there on the blockchain, you can nobody can remove it, nobody can replace it. So the authoritative person's ownership will, I mean, from where it started, will always lie. And then the ownership can be transferred from one person to another. Suppose I bought it from a marketplace. So whoever is the original owner, the ownership will get transferred to me. However, there would be some 10%, credibility that will be provided to the owner. So in that way also, people are buying various different assets in billions and billions. They are paying for simple artwork, and then they are trying to earn from it. So that is also one thing that has interested a lot of people. So second thing that you need to concentrate is, fungibility is something that we have understood, anything that cannot be replaced. Second thing is token. So how do you create a token for a certain thing? You can create a token for as simple as your bike. so suppose you have a simple bike and multiple people can have that same bike, but then there is a unique registration number which belongs to you. Now you want to transfer for property, etc. as well. Who's the original owner. No, nothing can be forged, right? Once it is there on the internet, once it is there in the public domain, that forgery is prevented. The authenticity of that asset is validated with the help of these tokens. So these tokens basically are the digital assets that represent the unique ID for that particular asset or that good or that service that you're trying to buy from the NFT marketplace, or you're trying to mint your own so that you can sell it onto the marketplace. So I think I talked a bit about why these are so popular. So the reason being for them to be popular is, if you see in the recent trends, the artists get profited directly from their work. They don't have to showcase it on a different platform. They don't have to find a separate place. They don't have to pay some middlemen who they have to pay so that they are able to get credibility for their work, or so that they're able to uh, get the decent amount of you know money in exchange of the art that they have produced. So again, NFT helps with originality. So everything in NFT, we are mostly concerned about how original that particular thing is. And then, since we know that there are hundreds of people, everyone's you know copying popular NFTs in the hope that it'll make them rich. Some people are also talking that it's a get rich quick scheme, but this sort of thing never works. So my suggestion would be that when you are looking at NFT from a development perspective, you are sure of the privacy and the authenticity as a concern, that the if an asset belongs to you, if an image belongs to you, it would be authenticated with these tokens, with the non-fungible tokens. It will be authenticated of the ownership that it belongs to you. However, just for the sake of getting rich, I won't suggest that you create multiple images, buy these, and wait for someone to buy them from you. However, there are pretty interesting games that people play on blockchain, and they sort of incentivize a lot through that. So that could be something that we will talk how you can create your own. One thing is, either you use a minting service. So there are many minting websites like OpenSea, Rarible, and Waxpeer. So what these do, these are platforms where you can create your own. You just upload a certain artwork of yours, and then you attach it to I would say, you basically create a hash code that is unique. Let's say it's a hash code of sorts that is completely unique. So once that has been created and once you have uploaded it onto a marketplace, nobody can claim that it is theirs, right? So the originality is defined, the originality is validated, as well as you are no longer worried that something of yours is uh, stolen or something like that. So you can either create it onto the using a minting service as listed here, or you can create it using, or you can use a marketplace of your sorts. So these distributed applications that I was talking about on blockchain, how do they help? So these are basically a format, or these are applications which started with the Bitcoin. If you have heard, that was the first cryptocurrency that was introduced, and it was based on the peer-to-peer topology, where or technology wherein the different systems were involved in validating a single transaction. So when we say validating a single transaction, nobody can gain control. Not a single person or an organization or a group of people can't gain control of the entire network, thereby hijacking the network and then dictating that what and how that particular application will work. So that is the power that blockchain or distributed applications provide, so that you have a global network and different people contribute to it. They basically do a lot of mining, wherein a lot of computation power is involved. They try to solve a complex problem, and if they are able to solve that proof of work, proof of stake problem, then then a certain block starts getting added to the chain. So basically, blockchain is where a first transaction executed, then others validate it, and similarly, different blocks start adding to that first block next to it. So this could be a little difficult for you to maybe absorb, but don't think that, if you don't understand the very basics or the nitty gritties of it, it will be complicated. When we use the kit, it will be more simplified, and when you experience it, you would feel a little bit more uh, easy for the concepts to get onto your mind, right? So how do we revolutionize? So basically, to revolutionize blockchain, uh, to revolutionize the way in which, based on the blockchain technology, NFTs have worked, different industries, especially related to supply chain, finance, to have the personal identity and privacy online, are working on it. So what are the different features of your distributed apps? The interesting part is this provide you with that open source as one of the features. So when we say the open source, they are controlled by an autonomy, and throughout there is a consensus mechanism that follows. So if someone wants to make a certain change on blockchain, a majority of the network has to follow. You can't, I want to make a change, and I can't just go and just simply make a change to anything that is available as a asset, commodity, or whatever on the blockchain. So the code should be, so for this, the feature is, or the property is, whatever is present on the blockchain, it is open source. And then the nature is obviously decentralized. So I already pointed out that decentralized is a pretty obvious nature. Not no central authority is governing the entire network. There are a group of people, there is a public blockchain, different applications, people are trying to connect and record exactly what was the last transaction that got executed. So a group, the entire network validates it, only then that transaction gets executed. So that's why the blockchain takes a little bit of time when you're executing things on the blockchain. So what are the incentives? If you see when you validate, whoever are the validators of the blockchain, they receive a reward for the work that they perform. So if I'm helping perform some validations on the blockchain, I will get some tokens, and these tokens are what was called these different cryptocurrencies and bitcoins and dogecoin and whatnot. And then it follows a certain set of protocols or rules which have to be agreed upon. So say proof of value, proof of work, proof of stake, these are the different algorithms on which the community had to agree, and then the bitcoin blockchain functions used to power the entire blockchain decentralized system. So this could lead to one thing or the other, but we talk about this MetaMask wallet, like why we want to use this and how this MetaMask wallet helps. So basically, what happens is, once I know that I want to go into the NFT marketplace, say create a certain image, mint a certain image, or whatever is available, I want to buy it. So what we will do, we will work on our local systems first, right? We won't work on something very different, or I would say on the server directly, but we will create a local server for ourselves. So when we want to make transactions, when I want to do perform things on the blockchain, how do I do it? So this MetaMask wallet helps. What it does, it comes with a preloaded fast connections to Ethereum blockchain. So we are going to use Ganache. So a couple of things are pre set up for the kit, which are already which we'll already try to set up on to our systems. So it comes reloaded with some fast connections to Ethereum blockchain and several test networks. So we will see how these several test networks will help. So what this will help, this will allow us to start, get quickly started without synchronizing a full mode, right? We have to create nodes, and then providing the option that if you want to upgrade your security, you use a certain blockchain provider, all that you can do with this MetaMask wallet. So what are we doing? All the transactions, all the connections with the Ethereum, which are required to perform a certain minting, that we will do with the help of this wallet. So we will set up this wallet as a prereq separately for us, right? You can buy, you can store the coins or whatever your Ethereum currency, or you can send and swap tokens as well, right? For your digital assets to work, we will use this wallet. And then to log into your blockchain apps, we have to connect to the MetaMask wallet. Every time we are performing some instruction, we are loading a blockchain marketplace, we need to transact a certain gas fee as well. So all that is for that we are using the MetaMask wallet. So if you talk about the technological stack, we will use Truffle and Ganache. So if you ask what Truffle is, it's a complete development environment which is based on Ethereum. And this is the reason that on the MetaMask, we will be trying to fetch or through the Ganache, which is a RPC, which will help us set up the RPC server, and which will basically help us in setting up our personal Ethereum blockchain so that we can have the Solidity contracts set up, right? So Truffle is the complete suite, and within that, we will have the environment so that we can create our own distributed application. So you don't have to worry about anything. Everything that you want we will help set up, and then after we connect all the three, right? The MetaMask, Truffle, where we are writing our Solidity contracts. So these are the smart contracts are responsible for executing or setting the rules for how the blockchain will work. So for that, we need Truffle and Ganache again for setting up your own personal Ethereum blockchain. So that once I have created the contracts on Truffle, I can execute them. So before we go ahead and do all this and set up the kit, we need to understand how our solution will work. So for our solution to work, we already said that everything in distributed is in a open source fashion. So other than that, we need to also check wherein you have various kits, candy kits, which have different blockchain applications, games, etc. But when you download these, it is important you take into considerations these four key concepts: either the support, security, quality, and license. Whether your certain kit that you are downloading has a decent support. Reason being, once you are stuck, you should be able to get some online help. Then it should be bug free. If there are bugs, there's no point, right? Then the quality and the license. So all the candy kits are completely permissive license. That means you can simply download them, use them, modify them, and contribute to the community on the larger aspect, right? So let's now get quickly onto the candy kit because this setup takes a lot of time. Let's get on to that setup, and let's try to let's try to execute our kit. So I will quickly share my screen with you for that. Okay, so I hope you must have reached till here. And after you have reached till here, we have to press any key as it says and say yes to continue. So as your kit is downloading, we'll quickly go and set up the marketplace, the MetaMask. So to set up the MetaMask, first we will go to the kit. So within the kit, you would see there are instructions listed. You see that the download the MetaMask extension for Chrome. So if you're setting it up on Chrome, Edge, or Firefox, accordingly you download this. So I want to do it on Chrome, so I'll go back and paste it on Chrome here. I will now try to add this to Chrome. Add the extension to the Chrome. Okay. So it's checking. We'll just wait. In the meanwhile, you can also set up the other needed requirement, which is Ganache. So go here and click on Ganache as well. And if you're working on the Windows system or other OS, depending on, click and download the local Ethereum blockchain as well. So I have one of the setups here, so I won't download. You can download this installer file, And after downloading this installer file, just go on to the downloads and just double click it. Double click it so that it is getting set up onto your system. So we can, switch over, right? Since it is already set up into my systems, I would ask you to install. I would directly launch the application from here. So when we are running blockchain, we need to have these prereqs already set up onto our system. So launch it and wait for it to launch. In the meanwhile, go back to Chrome. You would see that our MetaMask page has just loaded. Say get started, create a fresh wallet, go to I agree, put up a password of your choice based on the rules for the password. Say I agree and create it. Meanwhile, we'll see that Ganache will also start loading. Multiple versions of it are loading. I'll open just one. You can minimize this screen, and then as you see MetaMask here, just say next. This is a secret recovery phrase. So this secret recovery phrase will help you recover your wallet in case you are doing a lot of blockchain transactions, Ethereum transactions. So you can do this, reveal the secret words, save your wallet accordingly. For now, I will say remind me later. Currently, we see we have 0 Ethereum here. So this is a problem. If we have 0 Ethereum, we can't transact anything. So to get more Ethereums, first of all, you just have to go and say show and hide networks. We need some test networks. So enable the test networks. After you have enabled the test network, we say we are in the Ethereum mainnet, but we want to work with Ganache. So I will delete this localhost 845. I would say add network and then come back to this Ganache platform. And in the Ganache platform, after it had loaded for you, just say new workspace. Create a new Ethereum workspace. This will also take some time to load. And on this, let the by default whatever name is coming, you just say save workspace. Now you see that this is basically what it's RPC server that is automatically running, and with the RPC server, uh, you just have to basically let the you have to take this balance from here. So this balance to be able to fetch into your MetaMask wallet, what you got to do is just name the network. So we are using Ganache. Just write Ganache here and then copy this URL from here. Copy the URL here, but when you copy, just put it into lowercase. Okay. And when you say the chain ID, the chain ID is 1337, which comes by default for this RPC URL. Okay. So we'll use the default URL itself, and currency is ETH, and say save. Okay. Now what we've done, we are on the Ganache network, test network. And now we want to import some tokens. So in your account, say import tokens and fetch this private key. Go to show keys, copy this private key and copy this private key into this account here and say import. So now we see we have Ethereum, 100 Ethereums. So once we have these, your Ganache was successfully added as well as the Ethereum is reflected here on this account. Now what we have to do is once you have done this, get back to the kit, right? Get back to the kit. You would see that it is now compiling the contracts for you here. So all your Solidity contracts are automatically getting downloaded here. Download these contracts. Let the contracts get compiled here. once these will get compiled, we will get the local server address where we can check the marketplace directly. So we'll just wait for all these Solidity contract files to get, you can see that this is the address that I had used to connect with my MetaMask. And this is the transaction hash, and the current block timestamp is also present, the balance, etc. Currently, we have not made any transaction, so nothing has been sent. 0 Ether is present. We'll just have to wait for these to run properly. Yes, so we see that the server got started. Again, since my MetaMask is on Chrome, I will go back. And then the notification should come on my MetaMask. When we are trying to connect, what you have to do, that now it will try to connect with your MetaMask. So we just try to check when it is loading. Now you see that it is currently itself asking that there has been a certain fee that has been transited. So we just want to expand. We want to go for the expanded view here of the MetaMask. It's asking me to just recover it. I'll just quickly say remind me later. And we will just wait for this to get connected to our marketplace. So once this get connected, yes. Now you can see it will ask us for connection to MetaMask. So connect to the MetaMask and it will automatically fetch the account which has Ethereum. Say next, say connect. Now your CryptoBoy marketplace is successfully loaded. And this is the account address based on which, this is my account address and this is the balance that has, a little bit balance is deducted when we are trying to work around and get connected to our CryptoBoy NFT marketplace. Now you can also see that this marketplace automatically provides the option for minting. And since it provides this automatic option for minting, you can change the card border color, you can change the eye color, you can change the eye background, everything you can change here. Only thing is there would be certain time that it would take. Head color, just create a unique NFT of your own. So as simple as that, right? I'm creating it here itself. So it's already providing you an option to create your own CryptoBoy. So I would just name it as first CryptoBoy or whatever, CryptoBoy first. Just name it like this. Give it, since it's in Ether, I'll just say 0.5 Ether, and I would say mint my CryptoBoy. So minting will take a lot of time. Possibly it will ask you for another request on the MetaMask. So don't worry about that part in case if it doesn't quickly execute. Blockchain will take its own time. What is important is you can see that these are the 4 transaction counts in the personal Ethereum blockchain that you have deployed onto your local system. That simply showcases that transactions are executed. So this will give you one validation. Auto mining is the status of the mining that is present. It is showcasing the gas price, gas limit, and the current block. So 4 blocks have been currently present. This may take time. So my suggestion would be to not worry a lot and simply try to mint once at your own disposal. Okay, yeah. So we have the marketplace. What will happen once you have minted one of your own? That will start showcasing here. That minting will take time. You just have to say, like I had renamed it, put up the currency. You just have to do that minting. That will take some time. Your token will start showing here. As simple as that. So this looks like a very simple marketplace, but then you can create your own NFTs here. You can mint your own NFTs, basically manage the entire NFT. You can see the ownership and other details as well. When you go to the currently, see, when I will have a minted CryptoBoy, that would get listed in my tokens. I can paste the token ID here and get the different information about the metadata. You can also get these details in the video that we have posted on YouTube. Since on the blockchain network minting was taking longer, I'll just try to mint once again quickly. and see if that works. We can say whatever amount you think is possible, you just put it, and then this minting, let it continue, okay, until it will come to the MetaMask with a notification that you saw we had confirmed our connection to the site. So you see that we have tried, but somehow it takes a little longer. So just wait for this. Other than that, you can simply utilize this localhost 30 on the port onto your own network and execute the marketplace. At least this account balance and this account address should showcase for most of you. Then we would say that you have successfully connected the MetaMask, as well as this personal Ethereum blockchain should be enabled, right? So you can go back, follow this video in case this seemed a little more than sophisticated or complicated. That way you will have the connection and the marketplace open for you onto your systems. So we will quickly walk you through. This is the folder that is available, and within this folder you will have this folder. You can open it in one of your VS Codes or any of the other development platforms. So I would just say yes, I trust it. And when I go into the source folder, I would see the different components. So within this we have the JSON format, and in the components I have my all the 𝗵𝗶𝗁𝗂 details, the connect MetaMask file. In fact, if you see your app.js, basically list what all is important. If you see that the account details fetching, the connection to the MetaMask, the loading of this Web3, the loading of your blockchain data, all this is present and stated in this particular file. So you can also look for contracts under the contracts folder. So these contracts are what basically, these are the smart contracts with the help of which your blockchain is executed in a more secure way. Everything is written in the Solidity programming language. So this Solidity programming language follows a certain format, and basically you can directly utilize this kit, not take a lot of complexity by thinking around that whether I should learn Solidity or how should I start. You can use this existing kit and try to utilize what is available here. So this is the mint 𝗵𝗶𝗁𝘂 function that is listed when we are trying to mint your 𝗵𝗶𝗁𝘂. And then similarly, once you get the token for that particular 𝗵𝗶𝗁𝘂, that token gets binded to a URI, and based on that URI, anyone anywhere who tries to buy any of your asset or any of your NFT, that ownership, once you sell it, once that person buys and provides you with that particular Ethereum amount, then only you will be able to then only that particular asset would the ownership of that asset would get transferred. So you can keep checking it out. For now, I would suggest that please run through this video, go on the back and try to set up the different dependencies so that you are able to utilize and try to get benefit from this today's session of ours. So let's quickly get back and revise what we did. We basically, okay, I think couple of you have added MetaMask. There are a couple of questions that we would like to take. So we'll try to take one by one step by step, each of your instructions. Only thing currently available is this could be a little complicated of sorts. I would suggest please join the community platform, put down your screenshots with the different errors that you may be facing. Okay, and just rewind the video and try to follow once the setup. For a couple of you, the setup may just happen without any errors. If you're facing errors, please go to the troubleshooting instructions. So we have to wrap up for now, and I hope that we were able to justify niche topic like this in the amount of duration that we discussed blockchain in and minting your
Thank you so
NFT.
much, Pooja. That was definitely a very packed session. I know it's a topic that a lot of people are interested in, but also takes a little bit of time to follow through. So just before we go into next steps and how we are going to continue supporting all of you who have questions, who have issues with the kit or anything else, I just wanted to wrap up with three key things, I believe, as a summary for the benefit of all of our learners today. So I think you covered three key things in today's session. We covered the fundamentals of blockchain, MetaMask, Ganache, and Truffle. You took us through a hands-on session on how we can build our own NFT marketplace for images. And then we also saw, thirdly, how we can use kandi to tap into millions of such other open source resources to build these kind of applications. For all of our participants today, I know we have some questions. We do have some time. We're going to take those questions. But before we move forward, I think, Pooja, we also had some questions come up on the main community page. And I thought maybe we could spend about 5 minutes to go over some of those questions. So one of our community members would like to know what the difference between NFTs and cryptocurrency is.
Yes, I think a very relevant question, and this is something which comes first to the mind when we are trying to work around things on blockchain. So one thing is same fungibility. That property varies. A cryptocurrency, when we talk about NFTs, they are unique. They cannot be replicated. While traditional cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, these can be replicated. So NFTs represent a specific unit of ownership. Always remember that. While cryptocurrencies act as a general medium of exchange.
Perfect, lovely. And our second question is, which NFT will be worth the most in the future? I think this is an interesting one. Can you say with certainty, though? I'm not sure.
That's sort of impossible to predict now, especially not just for me, but for all of us who are, trying to get around this interesting technology. We saw that how, Twitter's CEO just sold his own, created an NFT of his tweet on Twitter, and based on that, he, tried to say for millions of dollars that got sold. So the ownership lands with him. He keeps getting 10% credibility or so, but we are not sure how many people would be interested in later. I mean, the more the amount will increase, not sure how many of us would want to contribute to it. But currently, in fact, an interesting fact that if you have heard, then you may know that Beeble's image was sold for, say, millions of dollars. And that has made a lot of people enthusiastic about this NFT and the future and the dependency of what factors would influence this technology, how it will work around the marketplace, whether a specific NFT would be what people are looking forward to. But from my own thought process, I would say that do your own research before you invest in it. We are not at all suggesting anything of that sorts here. We would be more interested in you learning the technology to develop your own, blockchain based application.
Absolutely. And I think we have experts in this field too, where you can go and seek a little more advice on what it would look like in the future. So we'll take one last question from our community platform and then move to some of the live questions.
Sure.
So Pooja, can you help us understand what is gas limit?
Huh. I guess this is something which we were showcasing while we were using the MetaMask. That why is that wallet essential? Whenever I am doing a certain operation, even I'm on the marketplace, when I'm connecting to that marketplace, there is a certain fee that I have to incur for a transaction. So to perform everything in blockchain is I'm executing a transaction. So once the transaction has to be validated. So to execute that transaction, I need a gas fee, and that gas fee is again dependent on what now marketplace I am on, what are the number of transactions or the counts that are required to execute a particular operation on that particular marketplace. So for that we are using the gas fee, gas limit of sorts.
Understand. Lovely. Okay, so now going into some of our live questions, I think, Kritak, you have some issue with an error. I think while trying to install the kit, is that something you can help explain now, Pooja? But let's also direct people to our 24 by
Community.
7, 365 community support for this particular topic. If you can show them where they can go with that. For all of our viewers and our participants today, please do join community.openweaver.com. That is the community where all of our we all get together. As I said, this community is going to be a body of technology enthusiasts. We've got open source contributors, we've got junior developers, senior developers, students, professors, repo owners, and a lot of others there. And the idea of this community is to be able to connect all of you such that you can learn from each other, share with each other, you can collaborate and do various projects, but also this is your one-stop shop or one-stop place where you can reach out to us for support of any kind. So to be able to reach out for support, there is a topic which is already there in the description of this YouTube session. If you click on that topic, that will take us to this community page. Once you get on this community page, if you scroll down, using the reply function over there, you can actually drop a question to us and we will be able to respond to you. But for you to be able to reply or comment or share or even receive our badges and certificates, please be sure that you sign in. Sign up. So sign up into our community if you have not yet done that. And if you've signed up, then you should be able to access these features such as sending us questions, replying to comments, sharing with each other, and receiving badges and certificates for all of the great work that you do. So for those of you, if we don't have time today, please do reach us here. But Pooja, is there something you can quickly help 𝗖𝗲𝗿𝗁 understand?
Okay. So I think I'll just highlight the question or the query that 𝗖𝗲𝗿 has. He says that Ganache.bat is not recognized as an internal. So 𝗖𝗲𝗿, when you are installing the kit, one thing is your Ganache should be set up first. Okay. Maybe I actually had set up the Ganache first and then download the kit. First set up the kit, Ganache software, so that your Ethereum, just say new workplace, workspace, and within the new workspace, just say save workspace. After you have done that, you will simply see, I will just showcase to you once again quickly. See, I can switch workspace from here, right? You will reach, once the Ganache should be set up first, you can maybe close that command line where the kit is getting installed. Set this up first. Create a new workspace.
Lovely. I think he's just responded saying that he has already installed Ganache and now he's able to.
Are you at this page? So, are you at this page?
I think he's saying that he's made the project, so he's figured out how to make that work, and he just dropped us a comment. So great, 𝗖𝗲𝗿. Thank you for following through and for sharing this question so that others can also now understand how to reach us. But because we are just 2 minutes away from wrapping up the session, please do send us any questions you have, any support that you need with our kandi kits or anything else for that matter. On our community, you can respond to this particular topic or even take a look at the community and see all the other topics in which you can do trainings, join our boot camps. We have a whole monthly calendar of sorts. And on each topic, you can send us a message and you will receive support from us as soon as you do that. So thank you, Pooja. Thank you for walking us through today's session and for I think this is really interesting, very informative, and we will be doing more of these sessions. But we'll be happy to connect with you in one-on-one if you'd like to work on a project with us or do something similar of that sort. So thank you, Pooja. And to all of our participants today, we hope you enjoyed the session. You found the use case presented valuable. Please know that we will be conducting more such boot camps frequently and regularly. In fact, we do at least 2 per week. We have an entire program calendar that is put up on our community. So join us on community.openweaver.com. And when you're on the community, once you sign up, you will be able to find the calendar, all the different topics. Each topic will get you access to a specific use case using the kandi kit that you can download, run. And if you have any questions, just ping us right there and we will be more than happy to support you. So join us there and we look forward to connecting with you, receiving feedback and also understanding what other topics you'd like us to focus on in the future. For certificates, again, it's the same process. Please go to the link that is there in the YouTube description. Once you get to the link, it will take you to the page from where you will then reach the page where you can download this one-click install kit. That page where you download the one-click install kit has a link for certification. Click on the link, complete your details. Once you complete the details, answer 2 simple questions and submit it to us. We will send you your certificates. Just give us a week before we send these certificates across to you. So you should receive them by same time next week at the latest. Again, if you have questions, reach out to us on community.openweaver.com. So thank you very much, everybody. We look forward to seeing you again soon, and to stay updated on other trends in open source, please follow us on our social media channels. Until we meet you again next time very soon, thank you and good evening. Bye-bye.